We're here with head women's ice hockey coach David Stockdale. We're going to preview the women's hockey season here today on Media Monday. Thanks for joining us, Coach.
You're welcome.
First up, let's jump right into it. You guys have been on the ice for a couple of weeks now. What have you seen out of your team?
I think we look pretty good. And to a degree, that's to be expected. I mean, we've got, obviously, at this point, those kids that we started the program with are juniors. They've been through this a couple of times. So, in terms of coming back, ready to get on the ice and be in shape and be ready to go, I think we're at a better place than maybe we were the first couple of years. Certainly the new players that we have this year have contributed a lot. And I think that everybody's just excited to get out there and actually play some games this upcoming week.
All right. New league for the Ravens this year, coming off a hugely successful sophomore campaign. But talk to us about the ECAC East. What can our fans expect from that?
It's going to be a big uptick in terms of our strength of schedule. There's a lot of great teams in that league, some that we've played before, some that we haven't. Obviously, teams like Norwich, Manhattanville, they're very good teams that we haven't played in the past, and this year they're all going to be on the schedule. Teams like Holy Cross, St. A's, we've had them on the schedule the last couple of years, and we've gone out and we've competed with those teams at the top end. So our expectation is that we're going to go out there no matter who we're playing and be able to compete and hopefully come out with a victory. Obviously last year was very successful. We played a lot of the teams in the middle of the league and did well. So we certainly expect nothing less of ourselves this year to come out and show everybody that last year wasn't an accident. We're actually a very good hockey team and we can continue to sustain that high level.
All right. You touched on all the juniors you got coming back because they were here when the program started. A handful of newcomers in the mix as well this year. Couple freshmen, a transfer or two. What will we see from the new kids?
Well, I think with any new player, you have to be a little bit patient. There's always going to be an adjustment period, no matter where they're coming from. When you get to college hockey, it's a different game, and it's faster, it's more physical. So there's always going to be an adjustment. But we've certainly, up front with Alex Brolsma coming in. She's a big kid from Minnesota, great size, good skater, good shot. I expect her to contribute offensively right away. Sarah Diltz is coming in from Alaska. She's another kid with really good instincts, and I think she's going to be able to contribute as well. On the defensive side, Erin Pengeroth coming from Cushing. She was a defender down the road there at Cushing for a couple of years, and a real smart player. So I think once they kind of get that adjustment period behind them, they get acclimated to playing at this level. Our hope is that all those guys will be able to contribute right away. We also have Madison Murray coming in to push our goaltenders, and we have Haley Craig, who came in as a transfer and will be eligible for the second semester. Also in the second semester, we get Alicia Ramo, who transferred in last year from Plymouth State, and she'll also be ready to play after Christmas. So it's exciting. We've got a good group there. They're all going to bring something to the table, and hopefully collectively we'll be a better team for it.
All right. This is a program that's had strong leadership since day one. Jamie Wiley was pretty much the lone upperclassman for a while there. Right now you've got Michelle Stock, Haley Arnold, Colleen Doucette, Sam Bureau, all sport letters on the ice for you. Unfortunately, Michelle out for the year again already.
Right.
But talk about your leaders. What do your leaders bring to the table?
They're phenomenal. I think, when you start a new program, there's so many variables and you don't really know what to expect in that first year. And just having strong leadership then made my life as a coach a lot easier. And to have those guys in the program, for 4 years has been big. So obviously they know what I'm looking for. I know what they're about on the ice, off the ice, academically, socially. They're kids that make the right decisions. They do the right thing. And because we're on the same page, I think it's easy for them to kind of lead the group because they know what I'm looking for, and they can make sure that anything that's little kind of gets taken care of before it comes across my desk, and the big stuff that I need to know about, they're going to get me involved, and I just think it's a good dynamic there. Certainly they have my trust, and when they say that they think something needs to be addressed or something needs to be handled on our end, or even just, at practice, maybe we need to go light for a day. They come and say, the girls are tired, the girls are feeling sick, maybe we go easy today. I trust them, and that working relationship for us, I think, just is a really solid thing.
Right, it makes everybody's life easier.
Yes.
Let's take a look at the season as a whole. We like to ask our coaches this right before the season starts. What needs to happen this year for you to consider it a successful season? Because programs always define their own success.
Sure. I think for us it's really about just building off of what we did last year. Maybe we come out and we win more games, maybe we win less games. That's not in and of itself going to define whether or not it was a good year. I think going into the ECAC for the first time, being a part of that league, I think for us to go out every single game and just compete at a high level and let the results kind of take care of themselves. I think that's really all I'm looking for, because I know that the group we have, the team we have, is talented enough and skilled enough and has enough resolve that if we go out there and focus on ourselves and do what we do well, then we're going to be fine. So at the end of the day, that's really all I'm looking for. I don't want to get too hung up on numbers or anything like that. It's just, let's focus on Franklin Pierce hockey and play the way that we're capable of, and at the end of the day, we're all going to be happy.
All right, week 1 coming up at St. Anselm on Friday night, and then home against New England College on Saturday afternoon. What are you looking for this week?
Well, first games of the year is always tough because nobody's really played. You haven't seen anyone on video, so it's a little challenging from that perspective, not knowing what you're getting into. But just going off of years past with a team like St. Anselm, obviously they're a very talented team. They're somebody we've played twice each of the last 2 years. We haven't beaten them yet, so we know we got to be ready to go. And New England College is a team that we've never played before, so not really sure what to expect from them. So again, kind of going back to what I was saying before, it's really, let's focus on ourselves. Let's, the first couple of weeks we're trying to get on the same page with systems and what our expectations are on the ice and incorporating the new players. So it's really going to be a focus on ourselves this week, and let's do the things that we do well and just go out there and compete, and we'll see what happens.
All right, lastly, going to put you on the spot a little bit here. Everybody on Media Monday, we asked them to share something maybe a little off the wall about themselves, kind of a fun fact. What is something that maybe people don't know about David Stockdale?
Wow. Well, I guess something that I take a lot of grief for here, I'm actually a Washington Capitals fan. I'm not a Boston Bruins fan. I'm not a fan of Boston sports. And obviously being here in the heart of New England, we've got a ton of girls from this region who, big Red Sox fans, Patriots fans, Bruins fans, and it's just not me. So I go back and forth with the girls quite a bit about our allegiances for pro sports teams. And, it's a good-natured rivalry that we have, but unfortunately, the Boston teams tend to be pretty successful, so I don't really have a whole lot of ammo in a lot of those arguments, but I certainly try.
Kind of on an island out here, huh?
Yeah, definitely.
There you go. Head women's ice hockey coach David Stockdale. Thank you, Coach.
Thanks, Matt.